the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Tonight on DC News Now at 9, covering the entire DMV. Here's a look at your headlines at the top of the hour. 2 people shot dead near Howard University's campus. The latest search for suspects as DC police investigate. And the search for a man who police say robbed and sexually assaulted a woman before cutting her with a box cutter. What Arlington police know about the shopping center crime. And making space in the bus lane by threatening a steep fine. A look at how DC plans to crack down on illegal parking and loitering in the special lanes and the fines rule breakers can expect.
And we have some rain showers and a little thunder and lightning as well. I'll show you the latest radar coming up and talk about the heat that's going to build into the area over the next several days. That's all coming up with my 7-day forecast. Ben?
Thank you, Scott. And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9. I'm Ben Dennis on this Sunday evening. Tonight, we're following new developments in Arlington, Virginia, where police are investigating a robbery, sexual assault, and stabbing at a shopping center in Crystal City. Arlington police say they responded to the assault around 8:30 last night on South Bell Street. A man reportedly wielding a box cutter demanded money from a female victim, along with her cell phone in the Crystal City shops area. She was then taken to a secluded area, sexually assaulted and robbed, also cut by that box cutter. The victim was treated for non-life-threatening injuries at the hospital, and police say the suspect is described as a black male in his mid-20s with dark hair and a beard. Plus, he wore a gray t-shirt and black shorts with gray leggings underneath and carried a green duffel bag. Developing in the district, a fatal double shooting overnight rocks one Northwest neighborhood. Tonight, the search for suspects and a motive near Howard University's campus. DC police said they responded to calls of a shooting just before 10 p.m. on Girard Street in Northwest. It's there they found one adult male victim dead. Shortly thereafter, they got word of another victim found shot on Fairmont Street. The second victim also found dead on scene. Contact Metro Police with any information relating to these crimes. Today on busy 495 in Montgomery County, a car hit a Jersey wall, crossed all lanes of traffic, and rolled over into the woods. That's what County Fire and EMS had to say, sharing these photos of the wreck near the Bradley Boulevard overpass. While some traffic lanes were blocked for some time, congestion eased thereafter. One person was pulled out of the car and sent to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. New tonight, a bicyclist was rescued after plummeting 15 feet off a bridge in Rock Creek Park today in D.C. The video of that recovery and rescue, actually. This was one of 2 rescues in the district today by fire and EMS. The woman cyclist was lifted up on a gurney, as you see, while wearing a neck brace at the Saddle Club footbridge over Rock Creek. The rider went over the bridge, fell on a rock pile on the creek bed, and the special ops unit used a tripod and rope hoist to bring the rider up with non-life-threatening injuries. And staying in Northwest D.C., a valet was robbed of multiple keys outside of a steakhouse in City Center just last night. Police say that this happened just after 10 o'clock outside the Del Frisco Steakhouse. The valet told police that while talking to a customer, a suspect ran up, grabbed 4 keys belonging to customers there inside. Contact DC Police if you have any information. Joined now by Scott Sumner at the desk. Scott, let's get right to it. Later this week, the headline is heat, heat, heat. That
is very true. We'll get into that. But we do have actually between the 6 and this newscast, we've actually had a couple of showers pop up across the area. Let's take a look at those with our latest radar here at the BAM. And you'll be able to see quite nicely that we do have one little hefty shower that's right here. It's to the west of I-81, which is right here along Woodstock, Toms Brook, and up towards Strasburg. This is moving at about 15 to 25 miles an hour, and it has had some lightning, had some gusty winds, a little bit of hail. But outside of that, really don't see too much on the big board here. Everything seems to be fairly quiet or in check, at least at this point in time. Now, that's not to say we couldn't have a couple more showers. As you see with our future scan over the next hour, some more active weather moving up from the Charlottesville area, so we'll see if that holds. But like Ben had mentioned, yes, we're talking about heat, heat, heat. Any records this week? Well, this is what I'm forecasting for these locales at the district, Sterling, Hagerstown, Martinsburg, and Annapolis. So we're not hitting triple-digit heat according to the forecast. However, records are in some places like the district at triple-digit heat, both Thursday and Friday. These are the Thursday numbers. These are the Friday numbers. And we could actually maybe tie or break a record or flirt with them, especially in and around the Sterling area and then even the Hagerstown vicinity as well. So we'll watch both of those regions. And as a result, summer safety here. You want to stay cool, you want to stay hydrated, and you want to dress cool as well. That's all coming up. Yeah, exactly. Ben's getting a kick out of that one. We'll have the 7-day forecast for you in just a few minutes, Ben.
Grab your favorite chaise and head indoors. That's right. And Montgomery County Fire and Rescue, they're reminding you to stay hydrated as well. It means doing things like drinking more water than usual, not waiting until you're thirsty to do it. Drink 2 to 4 cups of water every hour if working out in the heat, and always make sure that other people and your pets are staying hydrated too. Happening now, drivers and pedestrians in D.C. will wake up tomorrow to a warning. Move it or soon face a steep fine for blocking public bus lanes. Tonight, the problem slowing down MetroBus routes was again caught on camera, and residents are reacting to the new surveillance program to crack down on offenders.
14th Street Northwest in Columbia Heights has a clearly marked bus-only lane. It's also among the 31 routes starting Monday in which Metro buses will have cameras on them to catch violators. Problems for this Metro bus as it drops off and picks up passengers. Another obstacle in its way. It's not the only one, despite the posted signs telling drivers not to park there. Passengers like Jody Watson don't appreciate it.
You got elderly people and you got people with wheelchairs, and it's hard for them to get, hop on and hop off the buses with all these cars in the way of the bus lane.
Buses along 14th Street Northwest will have cameras installed on them starting Monday. They will record drivers who travel, park, or stand in designated bus-only lanes. The Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority, which operates Metro buses, is teaming up with the District Department of Transportation to improve service for passengers.
I think it's a good idea.
Jerry Medrano is among those glad to hear buses will have more room to travel.
They take up space, they take up a lot of space, so to let them have their own space and then having other cars pass by, I mean, I think it's a good idea. Violators will receive a warning during the first 45 days the cameras are used. After that, it's a $200 fine. It's a lot, but it teaches a lesson in a way.
The higher it is, maybe it'd be the better for people to not do it.
There's also a $100 fine if you're caught driving in one of those bus-only lanes. However, you're allowed in it to make a turn. In Columbia Heights, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Dave for that reporting. He adds that Metro's considering putting cameras on buses in Maryland and Virginia. WMATA says that New York and Cleveland are the only other U.S. cities that have cameras on their buses to catch bus line violators. And Maryland Governor Wes Moore welcoming the new era of the Washington Commanders with that sale. Our team caught up with the governor, delivered remarks at a church service in Silver Spring. Now, the governor says that while he feels the team will begin to evolve on the field, he's also strongly proposing the team stay put in Maryland.
We're also very invested in making sure that we're creating a winning product off of the field, that the entire community will then turn around and benefit from this new ownership team. And we believe deeply that Prince George's County is going to be the right home for the build out.
And right now the Commanders play on FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. That is Prince George's County, as the governor had mentioned. But the change in ownership could potentially, emphasis, potentially move the team from their current home as well. And an update tonight after 4 people were stabbed in an apparent random string of attacks in Montgomery County yesterday. The Maryland Attorney General's office says yesterday's mass stabbing suspect who injured 4 people in Wheaton will be identified tomorrow. These stabbings happened at a thrift store, followed by at a yard sale. The suspect was shot dead by Montgomery County police yesterday after refusing to follow police orders to drop his weapon, a 12-inch butcher knife that was recovered nearby. The 4 victims are expected to recover. The D.C. police are also investigating a fatal stabbing that happened Saturday morning in Southeast. Police say they've responded to reports of a man down on L'Enfant Square around 6:45 in the morning. It's there they found 43-year-old Antoine Ely of Southeast found dead on scene. Police are offering a reward of up to $25,000 for any tips leading to an arrest. And D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser announced that a Hyundai anti-theft clinic in the district is going to help protect vehicles from threat, robbery, and theft. Bowser announced that the clinic is a joint effort between the D.C. Metro Police and Hyundai. She also announced that the new anti-theft updates will be provided for free of charge. Good news for consumers. This comes as you probably remember, a string of these thefts are kind of nationwide. They are nationwide, rather, with information on how to hijack the cars shared on social media, TikTok. The official announcement for the clinic will be held tomorrow at 11 a.m. The clinic officially opens this Thursday in Southeast. The address of the mobile clinic can be seen on your screen right there on East Capitol Street. Again, all anti-theft updates will be provided free of charge for residents. And the beloved food pantry in Montgomery County has now reopened, a new site after it was forced to close operations almost 4 months ago. Our Tosin Fakile has how the community is poised to benefit from the change.
So What Else Food Pantry, a source for affordable food for many people in Montgomery County and across the DMV, has now reopened at a new location in North Bethesda. The nonprofit, which operated out of Lake Forest Mall in Gaithersburg, was forced to close operations at the end of March this year because that mall was shutting down. So this is video from one of the last food distributions the food pantry had at its last location. For about 3 years, So What Else ran its food distribution program at Lake Forest Mall. Now its Montgomery County Food Pantry and Thrift Store is on Wyaconda Road in North Bethesda. Leaders with the nonprofit said they've distributed over 34 million meals since March 2020. So here are the hours for the nonprofit's food pantry. The food pantry is closed on Mondays and Sundays. On Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, the indoor pantry is open from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. On Fridays, the food pantry's website says is for pickup and pickup by appointments only. We have the details of who to reach out to on the website for Fridays. And on Saturdays, the outdoor food pantry is open from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And So What Else also has a home delivery program as well. You can find more details on the entire food pantry on our website, dcnewsnow.com. In the studio, I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now.